Our obedience to God is a threat to the kingdom of darkness. The enemy does not like when we obey. So once we start walking in righteousness, once we tote our cross without laying it down, once the enemy see that we will endure anything, because that's how much we love the Lord, to fulfill his will and fulfill his law and purpose that he has given us, the attacks start getting heavy. Life starts to really life. But we as God's children know why we are being attacked the way that we are being attacked. And God never said that we would not feel the impact of these attacks, because people always say, oh, we not going to feel the witchcraft because we protected and covered in the blood. Yes, we do feel the impact of everything that the enemy sends, but it can't take us out, because we are covered in the blood. God said no weapons formed against us will and shall not prosper. He never said that the weapons will inform, and that's the impact of the formed weapons that we feel, but they will not prosper against us and do what the enemy sent them out to do, which is for our demise. It ain't gonna happen like that. So as me being a single mom of 9, carrying my household and all my children, plus carrying so many people that God has added to my life in this ministry, encouraging others, giving prophetic words and rhema words that the Lord instructs me to give, and also just putting my face on here when we have to have help and support. And I have to put all of me aside to be able to open my mouth as God instructs me to ask for that. And God makes a way every time. It's not a lot of people who sow and send donations. It's not. Even though it looks like the profile has a lot going on, or like many people engaging, it's not a lot of people who walk in obedience and move when God says move. And I was like, Lord, you tell me to do this, but still I have not reached the goal of which we need. And God was saying we in a season where God is holding everybody accountable for what they did do and for what they did not do. And God said it's a lot of people that I put in my people's pathway who are suffering, who are going through things. And I put people in your pathway who are in position that's supposed to be David's, that are supposed to be Joseph's, that are supposed to be Esther's, and stand up and justify his people. And God said, people overlook you. He said, so now I'm beginning to deal with these people, and they're going to know it's because of those of my sheep that they overlook. But how can sheep overlook other sheep? So the Lord said in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 12, for the nations that refuse to serve you will be destroyed. God says he is starting to hold people accountable for what they don't do for his people. He said, I got too many people out here suffering that should not be suffering, when I got so many people that I have given the provision to, that I have given the platforms to, that I have given the positions to, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, as if I will not seat them down and raise somebody else up. God is so heavy on this. God said people help who they want to help, those who can repay them, or those in the same positions as them. And God said that is not how he operates. God says right here in James chapter 2, starting at verse 2, for example, suppose someone comes into your meeting dressed in fancy clothes and expensive jewelry, and another comes in who is poor and dressed in dirty clothes. If you give special attention and a good seat to the rich person, but you say to the poor one, you can stand over there, or else sit on the floor, doesn't this discrimination show that your judgment are guided by evil motives? God said, listen to me, dear brothers and sisters. Hasn't God chosen the poor in this world to be rich in faith? Aren't they the ones who will inherit the kingdom he promised to those who love him? But you dishonor the poor. This is, and it's crazy that those who don't have much are the ones who will give everything. Those who don't have much are the ones who want to share everything. Those of us who don't have much are the ones who are standing and waiting on God to bless us with everything so that we can be a blessing to others. We want to be blessed so much more than keeping anything to ourselves, because we want to be a blessing to others, because we know what it feels like to be in that low place. We really understand the assignment of our purpose. But God said, I am holding everybody accountable for what they did not do, that I instructed them to do. God said, for those who close their eyes to the poor, curse themselves. The Lord said in James chapter 2:16, suppose you see a brother or sister who has no food or clothing, and you say goodbye and have a good day, stay warm and eat well, but then you don't give that person any food or clothing or what they need. What good does that do? So you see, faith by itself isn't enough unless it produces good deeds. It is dead and useless if it don't have deeds that come behind it. So God is saying, how could you send them away knowing that you have the ability to help? People always tell us on the other side who are in certain situations, because this comes with carrying our cross. It gets heavy carrying it. But God will be glorified. God uses us to bring down others. God uses us and allow us to be in these positions for many different reasons. And people so busy worrying about the position that somebody in, instead of the instruction that God is instructing them to do on behalf of somebody else. And God ain't pleased. So I gracefully appreciate everybody who has been supportive of me on this journey as being a mom of 9 and just dealing with life, carrying my household, my 9, and everybody else, including this ministry. It's not easy, but through Christ, all things are possible. When it's God's will, it's his bill. So nobody can sit and talk about how God chooses to pour into me or how God instructs me on my journey that ain't for everybody to understand to receive help. So I thankfully appreciate those who understand the assignment. And I need help. And I gracefully appreciate what anybody can sow as and send as donations to support me and my children in our time of need. It is gracefully appreciated. It's only me. And I know my issues ain't problems, ain't nobody else's, but God said we should carry each other's burden as we would carry our own. We do what we can do for others as we would for our own self. So the information to help is on the screen. God bless you in Jesus' name. I pray this message helped those who didn't have the knowledge to know these.